out of the negotiation, more and more settlements every day. That's actually like what drives, militant groups like Hamas and Jihad and all of them to choose the militant option. I mean, come on, think about it. That was actually a major part why Hamas won the election in 2006. People were frustrated with Fatah because Fatah was since Abu Ammar, Yasser Arafat, since the 80s. All what they did was negotiation, Camp David, Oslo, all these treaties here and there. We did not get anything out of it but more stolen land and more settlements and more oppression. That's why people were like, well, maybe Hamas will do something different, and they ended up, voting for them. And this should not, I should not hide this from anybody. We all have grandmoms and grandfathers that, witnessed our catastrophe in 1948 since we were kids. All of us, our grandparents and our grandparents told us the whole story of what happened to them and how they fled from own land, how they were kicked out, how they were oppressed, how they were killed. People like Reem, her grandparents fled to Lebanon. Other people fled to Jordan, other people fled to Egypt, other people fled to the Gulf countries. I mean, we do know this story, but at the same time, we're very sensitive. I feel like anybody else would be like, no, this is our land and we want the whole thing, but that's not what we're fighting for. All what we want is to live in a two-state, what they call it? Yeah, two-state country or whatever, peacefully. That's all what we're aiming for, the two-state solution. That's where we're aiming. But
I guess because us Palestinians and Arabs, we don't like to be generalized as being, we're all radicals, we're all, bad people. We don't like to do that unto others, So I do know some Israeli friends. I do have some, people who live in Israel, and I know a few Jewish friends as well. I don't generalize. The state of Israel is not the worst state, but their acts are not that good. The Israeli military is not that, they're not good people. And I tell you firsthand, I witnessed that they're not that really nice people. But as Israeli people, just like Americans, we're here and we look at you guys, we don't have problem with you. It's just, I guess, the acts that happen in the government, which take actions and policies, that's what we dislike and we, oppose. And we just, because we don't like to be generalized, we try not to do that into other people.
Well, my question was sort of bringing us back to where we started from with this, which was, I would be interested to hear what your sense is. We've heard what your reactions to the newspaper, the letter to the editor was. What is your sense of how people have reacted relative to you to that? I mean, how has the campus community reacted to you? Did you get, how did people respond? Other than yourselves, how did people respond that you know about? If at all.
I actually had a few people that came up to me after I posted the blog and my response to the letter, and they're actually they came up to me and they were like, I can't believe that actually happened, and that really made me feel better, and that just gave me more courage, to kind of suffer through at first, and then to listen more and get that understanding. It was real nice to see the support from people, and I'm not sure how many of you on campus saw the Palestinian flag, and it said RC students support Palestine. I actually was surprised at that. One of my friends told me they did it at the Office of Multicultural Affairs. They just decided to have that initiative of just showing support for us, and it was a surprise, a nice one this time, that seeing that support and hearing all the feedback from the blog that I had posted, and people saying, that's not everyone. Don't worry about it. People are sending all the letters that came after that. Opposing what was said in the first article. It made us feel happy, and it gave us hope back again. That there is hope. There is hope. We can't deny that. We see that right here, right now.
Should also mention there were also responses not just from students, also a letter from D&G was published in Friday as a response to the original letter, and it was definitely It was definitely heartwarming to see that there are some people out there who know about the truth and who are informed enough, to and have the guts to support us and claim the truth.
And again, I would like just to assure that we're not here to blame anybody. We're not here to attack anybody. We're not here to, fight anybody. As I said, the first thing that I personally did when I saw the letter was, to get in touch with, whoever wrote it. I was like, I really would like to sit down with you and, talk about it, like, discuss it. Maybe you have a point. Maybe I have a point.
Did you ever sit down with this gentleman?
No, unfortunately, I got a response 3 days later saying, hey, just want to let you know that I did not write the guy, Zach, we all know. I did not write the letter. I just emailed it to the newsletter, and it does not represent my, own point of view. It represents the whole club's point of view. And I emailed him back. I was like, I really would like to sit with all of you. Like, they have weekly meetings. I would like to come and just discuss the issue, like engage in like a modern, critical thinking, arguing, whatever you want to name it. I can bring my fellow Palestinian students. You can bring your fellow Republicans in here, and we can just, engage in an intellectual discussion. And he replied, was like, okay, we're having a meeting tomorrow. I'm gonna ask them and see if this is appropriate. And he never got back to me after that. And then I emailed him back. I was like, I'm still waiting. Like, I really am interested. And I didn't get anything back. So that's our message. Like, we are not here in a place, to attack or